think a lot of people are obviously lauding the deal that's been done, but there's still quite a lot of work to be done. And to be honest, it doesn't mean that Brexit is over. Your correspondent referred to the fact that this means that there will be less, if you like, high-level negotiation needed between the EU and the UK. But the deal that's been done will mean continued negotiation at a lower level. It isn't over. Brexit will be an ongoing process, and it will take continued good relationships on the part of the EU and the UK to ensure that the situation in Northern Ireland remains positive. And that, of course, is after we get some kind of agreement from the DUP, perhaps to go into power sharing again in Northern Ireland, and hopefully some agreement on the part of Rishi Sunak's Brexit ultras, if you like, to this compromise that he's come up with.
Take back control. That was the Brexit slogan. So has the UK taken back control?
Well, I mean, I think it was always a misnomer in some senses, because in any trade deal, and ultimately this is a trade deal, there has to be some surrender, if you like, of sovereignty on both sides in order to make things work. So the idea that the UK could go it alone completely, I think, was always a false one. And many people, of course, interpreted that as taking back control of immigration rather than necessarily trade borders. And I think one of the things that this agreement might do is ease relationships between the UK and in particular France, which I think is going to be necessary if Rishi Sunak is going to keep one of the pledges that he's made to UK voters recently, and that is to stop the small boats coming over from France bearing refugees.
What does this deal say about Rishi Sunak compared to Boris Johnson? Because he seems to be able to achieve what Boris Johnson couldn't.
Well, I mean, I think it allows Rishi Sunak, although he won't necessarily put it in these terms, to reinforce the idea that he is a competent grown-up, whereas Boris Johnson, was mercurial, had an appeal to a certain section of voters, but wasn't really a details person. And to be honest, wasn't a great negotiator. So I think it probably has boosted Rishi Sunak's brand, if you like, and it's also boosted his authority within the Conservative Party. But that, of course, does slightly depend still on whether his Brexit ultras will agree with the compromise that he's come to with the EU. At the moment, it looks like that will be the case. So at the moment, I think it is a big win for Rishi Sunak.
Tim Bale, thank you very much.